Adam Mac-Ozigbo of National Open University of Nigeria. You're welcome to this class, Industrial Relations MBA 833. Our topic for today is health and safety of workers. And we'll be discussing reasons for promoting and maintaining health and safety, duties of employees and employers in health and safety, precautionary measures in health and safety, and work environment as it relates to workers' health and safety. Are you ready to go with me on this ride? Let's go there. Topic 7. Health and safety of workers. The promotion of health and safety practices in the work environment reflects the need to ensure that the employees are not harmed in any way in the course of their jobs. The cliche goes that the productive workers are the healthy workers in any organization. And so it is obligatory on the employers to assume the onerous responsibility toward ensuring that the workers are genuinely protected and guided through appropriate framework on health and safety. The promotion of health and safety practices in the workplace reflects the need to make sure that the employees do not encounter any form of injuries on their jobs. And employers can be held liable for injuries as a result of avoidable accidents at workplace, and the cost to the organization can be astronomical. So in work safety, safety is ensured, protection is guaranteed, there are regulations, workers are protected from hazards, and the health is being upheld, and insurance is always the watchword. Owing to the fact that the employees constitute the prime movers of operations, their health and safety cannot be neglected in any organization. Let's take a look at our employers' duties in health and safety, because their duties will always affect the health of employees. There must be health and safety policy in place for health and safety practices. All systems of work and work practices must be safe. The work environment must be safe and healthy. All plants and equipment must be maintained to the necessary standard. There are specific rules about guards on machines. Information, instruction, training, and supervision should be directed toward safe working practices. The safety policy should be clearly communicated to all the employees, to carry out on a continuous basis risk assessments, generally in writing, of all work hazards, introducing controls to reduce risks at the workplace, assessing the risks to anyone else affected by their work activities, to share hazard and risk information with other employers operating on adjoining premises, contractors and customers coming into their premises. Revising safety policy on continuous basis in terms of safety rules and regulations in the light of current changes and legislation, identifying and giving special protection to employees who are particularly at risk within the work premises, providing continuous training and education to the employees in safety matters, providing information to employees about health and safety practices, engaging the services of competent safety and health experts for constant advice on health and safety matters, and providing safety gadgets to the employees where necessary. Then now let's take a look at employees' duties in health and safety. So we can see employees have got their own duties as it regards health and safety. Taking reasonable care of himself or herself and others, assisting the employers in enforcing safety and health rules, obeying safety and health rules at all times, refraining from interfering intentionally or recklessly with any machinery or equipment. Informing the employer of any situation which may pose danger to their safety and the health of others, taking extra care in using and operating all machines and equipment, using machines and equipment properly, informing the employer of any defects in the operating system. Let's take note of 7 habits of safe people. We have influence, recognition, acknowledgement, sensory acuity, rapport, measurement, and proactivity. Now it's time for activity 1. What are the areas of involvement of employers in the promotion of workers' health and safety at workplace? Health and safety policy is considered important toward enhancing safety awareness, promoting good practices, and complying with legal obligations. Therefore, many organizations, not just those handling dangerous chemicals or operating factories, have appropriate safety and health policies put in place to ensure adequate compliance and entrenchment of safety culture among their employees. The safety and health policy may incorporate the following features: statement of principles in terms of safety rules and regulations, detail of safety procedures, requirements of the law on safety and health issues, detailed instructions on how to use machines and equipment, training requirements on health and safety, procedure for reporting accidents, the use of the first aid materials, designated officers responsible for health and safety issues, precautionary measures required of employees, directives on the compulsory uses of safety gadgets and other materials, responsibility of the senior managers on breaches of safety policy, and strategies for the involvement of employees in the management of health safety. For example, use of consultation with the unions and workplace committees. Let's take a look at precautionary measures in health and safety. These are reducing the cost of accidents, reducing frequency and severity of accidents, preventing fire outbreaks, health and safety workstations. These are all self-explanatory, but I can throw more light on health and safety workstations, whereby you have heat and humidity levels that must be adequate but not uncomfortable. Radiation must be reduced to negligible levels. Work must be periodically interrupted by breaks or change in activity. The employer must offer free eyesight testing at regular intervals and provide any special glasses that may be needed for screen work. Training in the proper use of equipment must be provided. Windows must have appropriate blinds. Seats or chairs must be adjustable in height and the back in height and angle. Footrest must be made available if required. Desks must be free from glare. There must be enough space to allow flexible arrangements of all equipment and documents. Keyboards must tilt and be free from glare. The workspace in front of them must be sufficient for the operators to rest their forearms. So these are the basics on the health and safety workstations. Work environment and workers' health and safety. Factors to consider. What are those factors? We have heating, lighting, and ventilation. Poor lighting and ventilation can affect workers' health, we all know. The noise, and we all know that a constant loud noise or intermittent noise at any level is distracting and should be reduced or eliminated. Then decor. A well-planned color scheme, decoration, plants can be important in the psychology of work. Then furniture. Ergonomics includes the design of office equipment such that the furniture is designed to be comfortable and supportive and to avoid causing muscular problems. And we have computer networks. Information technology involves a lot of wiring, and there must be enough wiring ducts under the floor to satisfy the organization's IT needs. Cost. The benefits of the perfect ergonomically designed office would still have to satisfy their costs. Let's consider office layouts now. The office can be laid out in various ways. We have small closed offices, open plan offices, landscaped offices, and house desking. Small closed offices are linked by corridors with the advantage of privacy, peace, and security. Some work requires peace and quiet environment, so this is where small closed offices are important. Then we have open plan offices. These are arranged like classrooms and lecture halls to do away with the maze of walls and doors and make better use of space than small closed offices. We also have landscaped offices, and they are a variation of the open plan system meant to overcome the latter's problems. They are modified for better patterns of communication and facilitation of workflow. And finally, we have hot desking. This is meant for employees who work in the field. Under this system, the employees have lockers, and when they intend to be in the office, they phone in to book a desk space. The organizations which use such systems are known to often provide better communal spaces. Now over to siting of buildings. It is the first consideration in the acquisition or construction of offices or factories, and we have inherent considerations such as location, transport, cost, the employer, the customers, facilities, financial considerations. The location. This has to do with the location of the business premises, whether in the urban area or in the outskirts of the town. And then considering transport and communication. Here we think about whether the available transport and communication links are sufficient to keep up the inflow and outflow of materials, goods, information, and people. And then costs. This is the consideration on whether the business can take advantage of lower land prices, lower rates, and insurance costs of any concessions from government on the outskirts of the urban areas. Then we have the employers. Accessibility to the organization's premises is key here, whether they can easily commute or whether there is a sufficient pool of suitable industrial in the area. And then we have the customers. This is a consideration on whether the customers of a firm are based in the town or how the company will keep in touch with them or attract new customers. And then facilities. This has to do with the proximity of the firm's premises to facilities such as banks, postal and parcel services, as well as shops, restaurants, and recreational facilities for the convenience of the employees. And finally, we have financial considerations. Here we consider the firm's attitudes to the other factors, because all the attitude to other factors will now put us in place of knowing where to site, the size, the age of buildings acquired and all that, and whether they are rented, whether they are bought or built. All these will be determined by their costs. So such considerations will in turn determine operating costs such as insurance and rates, heating and lighting, maintenance and renovation. The employers are advised to put in place appropriate safety measures and policy towards ensuring that workers' health and safety are promoted in the workplace. It is necessary to have safety signs, symbols all over the place, warnings, as the case may be, so that the employees will have no excuses. Now it's time to take activity 2. Discuss the rationale for the promotion of health and safety in the work environment. We've discussed the rationale for the promotion of health and safety in the workplace, and we have also taken a look at the duties of employers and employees in health and safety. We have considered the health and safety policy and the precautionary measures to be adopted in health and safety management. The role of the states in promoting health and safety through legislation merely reflects the overall concern for safe working environment in the offices, institutions, and factories. And such health and safety regulations are in areas of ventilation, cleanliness, provision of protective gadgets, pollution, and fire precautions. And in addition, there are regulations directly relating to working practices. Thank you.